you mentioned people, doing press tours, and I read in the New York Times article that you did 2 people doing the biggest press tour ever, Kamala Harris and
Timothy Walz.
Tell me about that.
That was cool. It came the
How
same.
did that come to? I want to take me
the
to
same way. They emailed me.
They emailed like an email from the
DNC.
Okay.
And they said, "Hey, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are really interested in being on your show." I said, "That sounds cool.
Okay.
I'll at least get to tell my daughter that I met the potential president of the United States, or the not president of the United States, which is still cool." And so I said yes, based on the fact that it would be a good story, and also they both had good takes, and so they were like, "We'll fly you to," I think it was outside of Cleveland, or I don't even remember where it was. It was somewhere.
I figured it was going to be, because I don't know. Have you ever been to I did a story once in the Capitol, and they have a private senator subway that goes through the Capitol. And
I had no idea.
That would have been funny if you were like.
That would have been better.
Because I figured you're not going to have the vice president on the New York subway system
I tried. They said
on the Q train or whatever.
They said Secret Service would not allow it. I asked multiple times.
Yes. So you went to Cleveland.
Somewhere like Cleveland. I don't remember exactly where it was. Oh, was it Cleveland? What's in Ohio? Columbus.
We do our under 30 event there. Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. Those are the 3 big ones.
I think it was outside of Cleveland.
Okay.
Or Cincinnati.
Akron, Toledo, Dayton.
I was able to drive home from there.
To New York?
Yeah.
That's a long ride.
I know, because the flight got canceled and I had to make it back for a show. I don't remember where it was, but they flew me out there, and it was like some weird little rally in a Trump zone, which I also didn't know was happening. I was like, oh, we're in like machine gun territory. Machine guns from the Secret Service, and then machine guns from the Trump people, machine guns everywhere. Yeah. And I was like, this is crazy, because I'd never been to anything like that. Like, I'd never been to like a political rally, especially one that is like, this was like a tiny one. It had like 30 people or 40 people from the community. And then there was a counter protest across the street. I was like, this is weird. But so then they made us do it on their bus, on their tour bus.
Makes sense. And what happened with Kamala?
Her take was really confusing and weird and not good. And so mutually agreed that we shouldn't publish it.
I see.
And I got lucky, because I didn't want to be blamed for her losing.
Her take was that bad?
It was really, really bad, and it was like didn't make any sense. I can tell you. It was bacon as a spice. Bacon as a spice.
Bacon as a spice.
Bacon as a spice.
You think that was her opinion, or you think she had like a research group trying to figure something that's
research group? Because originally the take that I was pitched was great, and it was that she does not like to take her shoes off on airplanes.
Okay.
And I was like, 100% disagree. You better be taking the shoes off. Like, I wear Birkenstocks on an airplane so that I can flip those mother effers right off the minute I get on.
But you got to have nice socks. You can't have like ratty socks.
Yeah, you can't have foot.
No
foot.
No foot.
No
skin.
No skin, and nice socks, no holes.
Yeah.
But I wear Birkenstocks. I flick them off 45 minutes into the flight. Even if the flight's an hour and a half, I flick them off.
Yep.
No shoes. And I was
she's flying Air Force One, even as vice president.
But in the past.
Yes.
I mean, you're either shoe taker off or you're not.
Yeah.
Are you a shoe taker off?
No, I'll take them off if it's like a red eye, I'm sleeping. But otherwise, I keep them on.
Oh, that's difficult stuff. You should try it.
I'll give it a shot. I feel like it's just like gross down there. Everyone's feet in the bathroom and that kind of stuff.
Well, you put them on when you go to the bathroom.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like the rug. Those rugs are still like there, man.
No, you don't take walks.
Well, what do you think about people do go to I see like sock bathroom people, and that freaks me out.
No, that's awful. That's disgusting.
That's not even a take.
I would never, ever do that. But yeah, and then at the last minute, I think research group said this makes you look rich and snobby.
Okay.
And you need to appeal to the American people. So she went with the bacon. And I tried to pause the interview and say, trust me, we shouldn't do the bacon thing. And I was overridden by this guy who was maybe her deputy campaign manager or something. Okay. He said, we're doing bacon. I said, all right, we'll do bacon. And then an hour later, I got a call that said, we can't do bacon. I said, I know you can't do bacon. But then I tried to cut it into something else.
Okay.
It just wasn't working. And I was like, you know what?
So they overrode the bacon themselves.
First, they rode the bacon, then they overrode the bacon. Then I tried to override their override by saying, I didn't just do all this work for no reason. I'm going to make it work. And then I did make it work. And then they were like, this makes her look. And I said, whose fault is that? And then I was like, if I post this, a lot of people are going to be mad at me. If I don't post it, I still have a cool I still have a cool photograph with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, and a good story.
So I took the photo and the story, and I'm really lucky that I did that.
What was Tim Walz's hot take?
His was that the most neglected part of home ownership is the gutters.
Oh, so he's not a gutter guard guy.
He loves gutter guards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he loves them.
Maybe he's selling them now.
He probably is. He's but I was like, this is a weird take, but he was so passionate about it that I was like, the world deserves to see this. Like, this guy loves gutters. It made a lot of sense to me. And that's my favorite kind of take.
Yeah.
It can be mundane, but if you are passionate. Like Cate Blanchett, leaf blowers, passionate. As long as you're passionate, take can work. But if it's genetically modified takes, I can tell.
You can tell.
I can tell from a mile away.
Like
I've had to do it a lot. Like a lot of people come and they're like, I want to say this. And I go, no, you don't. You want to be perceived a certain way. But that's not what the show is for. You can't come here and say this message. You have to come here and say something that is personal and hopefully stupid, because that is funny. And at the end of the day, it's a comedy show. There's a tweet the other day that's hilarious, and it's about Subway Takes. And it's this journalist, and she goes, we need to end gimmick journalism. And it's a photo of me and Cate Blanchett.
Yeah. And
I go, wow, thank you for calling me a journalist. That's very kind of you, because I'm literally not. But then I replied to her, this is shade. This is shade right now. Yeah. I replied to her on Twitter, and I said, we need to end listicle journalism. And I screenshotted a bunch of her articles.
Oh, no, she wasn't at Forbes, was she?
No. But, I mean, why? Why the hatred? Like, why criticize me? I'm just a guy trying to make a living, an honest living, and I'm bringing joy to the world, and most of the time it's free for everyone to watch.
It's entertainment. It's not journalism.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a lot of worse things around the world than you interviewing
But I'm like,
Cate Blanchett
you as a journalist have done a bad job journaling the fact that I'm not a journalist. like I'm surprised that you're a journalist. If you perceive me as a journalist, that's on you, not me.
Yeah, just picking you out of the blue. That's
then all these comments were in defense of Subway Takes, obviously. But like I had to fire back. So I fired back with the screenshots of like, we need to end listicle journalism, because half of her articles are like, here are the greatest sweaters worn on Succession, and I was like,
oof. I don't know if that's journalism either.
No, that's why I said, but that's I would never come for her, but she came for me. But I'm like, leave me alone. I don't think about you. It's like that Don Draper meme, where it's like, I don't think about you at all.
We all know Logan Roy wears the best sweaters. It's not even, you don't have to do any research. Just know that.
Yeah, he's a good sweater guy.